From Fayetteville, Arkansas, it's time for SEC Network football presented by Sonic. As you are watching the SEC on ESPN. A good look at Reynolds Razorback Stadium on a cold, blustery day here in Northwest Arkansas. What would you expect late November, the final regular season Saturday of the college football season? Missouri and Arkansas, the battle line rivalry continues. From Reynolds Razorback Stadium, Arkansas tried to break this 9-game skid. Their season comes to a close today. Missouri's got a bowl game where they will play, yet to be determined. We shall see what will happen in the coming days. And welcome to the booth, everybody. Dave Neal alongside former Texas running back Fozzie Whitaker. Morgan Uber down the sidelines. We'll join her in a matter of moments. You can tell who played in the NFL and who didn't by our wardrobe, but it is cold. I'm just telling you, it really is cold here in Fayetteville. Hey, it is rivalry weekend. Obviously, you've played in some big rivalry games in Texas. And for Arkansas, listen, it has been a struggle. We all know it. Close losses. Same could be said for Missouri. They probably had bigger expectations in 7-4. But when it comes to this Saturday at the end of the season, what does it mean to a player?
Yeah, rivalry week, it's all about bragging rights for the next season. This is an opportunity to showcase and put a stamp on the end of the season in the way that you want and send your rivals back home wishing they had performed better.
Well, Missouri comes in here. This is a team certainly that's been in some close ball games. It's a what could have been season for the Tigers. But one thing that we do know about, Ahmad Hardy has been among the best running backs in the country, if not the best running back in the country. Why?
Ahmad Hardy is excellent, and you talked about it, one of the best in the country. It's why he's so special. He's able to have great patience and creates creases in the defenses with the feel and flow with his offensive lineman. He is a one-cut slasher where he's taking it outside, and all of a sudden he puts that foot in the dirt. See ya, he is gone, and then his talent is undeniable. Like Miami, whenever LeBron James was there, not one, not two, not three, not four. That's how many tackles he breaks on a consistent basis.
I mean, it's just been amazing to watch him run with the football. 1,400 yards, second in the country in that department, and one of 3 finalists for the Doak Walker Award. Meanwhile, for this Arkansas team, defensively, they've had some issues. Not so much offensively. Few teams in the country produce as many big plays as Bobby Petrino's offense. Part of the reason is their tailback, Mike Washington. As much as we like to say Ahmad Hardy is outstanding, you can say the same thing about Mike Washington.
Well, he is the prototypical size running back that you want to see at the next level. 6'2", 228 pounds, and he has the vision to go along with. He sets up his blocks very well in the same way we talked about Ahmad Hardy. He does the exact same things, but whenever he gets that open space, he is explosive, and he turns that explosive power into speed where nobody's stopping him. And then what makes him extremely special is his ability to catch out of the backfield. He has soft hands, and it makes him one of the complete packages in the conference.
You see his numbers, 1,000-yard season, something he was really gunning for this year. Got it last week, 3rd in the conference in rushing. He has been fantastic. They'll lean on him today in these blustery conditions. Meanwhile, some late-breaking news coming from the Arkansas locker room. Certainly some change at quarterback. We saw a little bit of it last week against Texas, but KJ Jackson will get the nod for Bobby Petrino, the young man going to run the show here today. But let's talk about these two guys, Taylen Green, KJ Jackson, and what they both meant to the team this year.
Yeah, well, Taylen Green's been the focal point to why the offense has been successful. You take a look back last week against Texas. He played well in the first half. They started great, and then all of a sudden he comes out and has this blunder of a turnover, and that's been the issue. Turnovers, and obviously he's injured. So KJ Jackson, it is now your turn, the lefty redshirt freshman. He comes in, leads a couple scoring drives against this Texas defense that held Texas A&M last night to 17 points. KJ Jackson showcases he is the spark for this Arkansas offense.
Well, for more on this late-breaking news, let's go downstairs and visit with Morgan Uber.
Well, the senior Taylen Green is one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the SEC. He started every game this season, but Coach Petrino told us that when this offense has fallen behind and struggled to answer, he's pressed and tried to do too much at times. So this week at practice, Jackson and Green both splitting reps and watching them run out of the tunnel. Jackson getting all of the reps with the ones today. He looked accurate. And Petrino said that he shows elite arm strength. He understands the game and has an ability to read defenses and believes that he's in the best position to win this game for Arkansas.
And that's what it's about for the Hogs, trying to break a 9-game skid. They won their first 2, have not won since then. Arkansas won the coin toss. They defer to the second half. Missouri will get this opening kickoff, and Marquise Johnson will take it out over the 20, trying to get the near sideline, and he is pushed out of bounds around the 38-yard line. A nice return for the Tigers, and that's where they will start offensively. This is an offense, this Missouri offense, averaging 32 points a game, 226 rushing, 210 through the air. Might see a little bit more of the run game, quarterback run game today, more than they have seen this season since early in the year.
Yeah, and that's a big focal point to the success that they have, and it helps open up the running game for the running backs as well.
Ahmad Hardy, excuse me, it is Beau Pribula. He's inside the 25, down to the 20, into the 10, and stopped there. Julian Neal saved the touchdown, 50 yards, and we just talked about the quarterback run.
Well, 1,400 yards by Ahmad Hardy. Everybody is focused on him, but Beau Pribula says, hey, look out, I am healthy, ready to rock and roll. He showcases the ability to pull the ball and make the right decision, create an explosive play on the very first play of this game.
Pribula's rush for 219 yards coming into this game sets him up first down just outside the 10-yard line. He'll keep it again to the 5. Stood up there and dropped. Caleb Wooden brings him down. Pribula with some fireworks right out of the gate. There are his numbers for the year, 68%. Just shy of 2,000 yards passing. Of course, missed 2.5 games with an injury. So they'll split him out wide to the wide side of the field. Ahmad Hardy lines up in that Wildcat formation. He'll take the snap. It'll be Jamal Roberts. Jamal Roberts for the touchdown. A gain of 4. And just like that, Missouri out in front.
Incredible job of starting off with fire. You see the motion and misdirection. You got a Wildcat, the power concept with the gap scheme. Jamal Roberts able to fit a Mack truck through that hole, and Mizzou is on the board first here in Arkansas.
Offsides against Arkansas on the extra point.
Offside, defense number 13, unabated, half the distance to the goal, retry.
Oliver Robbins will handle the kicks today. It has been an issue all year for Missouri since the injury to Blake Craig. Good clean snap, and the kick is on the way, and that one's through the uprights. Jamal Roberts talked a lot about Ahmad Hardy, but can't overlook Mr. Roberts. That's his 5th rushing touchdown of the season for the redshirt sophomore out of St. Louis.
Yeah, and he does a great job with the patience, the misdirection to Coleman, and he walks in, obviously dances in, prances in, one might say. And there's the celebration in the end zone with the way that Mizzou offensive line was able to control the line of scrimmage, capped off by that touchdown run there from the Wildcat position.
Well, certainly Missouri likes this start as they open up with the quarterback run game. For more on the quarterback situation, let's go down to Morgan.
Well, Beau Pribula just came back from that non-fractured dislocated left ankle he suffered October 25th against Vandy last week against Oklahoma. And Coach Drinkwitz used the word courageous to define his performance. And really what stood out behind the scenes, Drinkwitz said, was his dedication to get back as quickly as possible. They were cautious yet aggressive, but constantly in the training room, hours in that hyperbaric chamber and working with this Mizzou staff, and really says a lot about his determination and competitor. And Kirby Moore told us, offensive coordinator, that they were going to run him a lot more today, and we're seeing that already early on, guys.
Got hurt versus Vanderbilt. Didn't play the next 2 games against A&M and Mississippi State. Got back last week. This ball will hit at the 1 and bounce through the end zone. So Arkansas will have a chance to answer the Tigers' opening drive, and certainly this offense has been fantastic this year, scoring almost 35 points a game. They are 5th in the league in scoring. They're top 25 in just about every offensive category. And KJ Jackson gets the ball today to try to keep this offense moving in that direction. On the season, you saw those numbers, 22 of 37. He's rushed it 38 yards on 7 carries. Last week, in relief of Taylen Green, 16 of 29 for over 200 yards. He'll throw it on first down. Going up as his man. Pass is caught there. That is Rohan Jones, the tight end, who stays on his feet into Missouri territory. And a big play right out of the gate for the team that leads the country in big plays. 26-yard gain.
It's a great job. We talked about the running backs in the open. Well, it's the same thing. Fake it to your premier rusher, and you get Rohan Jones right on the back end of those linebackers as they play aggressively, and that's how you start the game off with an easy completion for KJ Jackson.
The toss sweep to Washington, strung out nicely by the black jerseys of Missouri. That'll be a loss of 2. Dalen Cardell playing that star position. Now with 32 tackles on the year, given 5.5 tackles for loss. Boy, Washington is a big old boy at 6'2½", 228 pounds. He has been a workhorse in the backfield this year. They'll split him out near side. And a zip on that pass caught by Raylan Sharp. Raylan now with 39 catches on the season. Trotter making the tackle, the team's leading tackler. At a career high 13 in that loss to Oklahoma last week. By watching him play last couple of games, man, he is just, he is everywhere.
Yeah, he's playing with his hair on fire at this point of the season, and one of the best in the conference over the past couple of weeks on defense.
Flag is down, and Trotter makes the hit on Washington. We'll see what this, it'll be good enough for the first down.
Illegal shift. Offense, number 83 and number 9 were in motion at the same time. 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
Jaden Platt and Omega Blake getting their assignments messed up. Look at Bobby Petrino, wondering what his future holds as the interim head coach. Is this it? Certainly feels that way. KJ Jackson comes near side. Nice catch by Washington, and what an open field tackle by former Razorback Jalen Catalon.
One-on-one in open field. It's an incredible job. We know how explosive and dynamic Mike Washington can be with the football, but Jalen Catalon stays patient, plays the inside hip, keep his eyes up, and forces a tackle that puts it 4th down for this Arkansas offense.
Kevin Coleman back to return this punt. He stands at the 10-yard line. Back to punt. Devin Bale has had a heck of a season, averaging over 45 yards a kick.
False start. Kicking team, number 9. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
A couple of early penalties here for Arkansas will certainly frustrate Coach Petrino. Omega Blake involved in 2 of those.
First one obviously erased the first down.
This one will hit at the goal line, and does it stay in play? They're going to say, they're going to talk about it before we get any kind of signal. They're going to say touchback.
It's a touchback, and the ball be placed at the 20-yard line.
Well, we've got a pylon camera right there. Let's see if that can pick anything up for us. Oh, it did hit. Out to the 20-yard line. Missouri leads it by a touchdown. Time to take a look at the secret recipe brought to you by Bush's Grill and Beans. Bo Pribula on his last drive start things off with a explosive run.
Yeah, you think everybody's going to hand it to the leading rusher in the SEC. That's not the case as they get their quarterback involved on the first 2 run plays, and he gets them down all the way to the 4-yard line. And then Jamal Roberts, the 1-2 punch in that two-headed monster in the running back room, caps it off with the touchdown in the end zone.
They'll start their second drive from the 20-yard line, far hash mark. Kevin Coleman Jr. turns the corner, cuts it inside, and he has a first down over the 35 to the 36. Boy, he's been fun to watch this year. Just an electrifying runner with a football.
Anytime he touches it, you need to know where number 3 is. A lot of times he's utilized in the receiving game, obviously, in the passes, but now you see the jet sweep motion, another piece that this Arkansas defense has to account for whenever everybody is clicking on all cylinders.
Play fake. Underneath, caught by Brett Norfleet, the tight end. Second on the team in receptions, first in receiving touchdowns. Picks up another catch here.
And again, we haven't seen Ahmad Hardy with the ball, utilizing him to be able to clear the sidelines for Brett Norfleet to get that late tight end delayed. First down for the Tigers.
Here's Ahmad Hardy. He's wrapped up and dropped Julian Neal out on the corner. Taking care of business on that play. Boy, Ahmad Hardy, just what a season. We talk about a workhorse. How about 215 carries now on the year?
He keeps his body well maintained to handle that workload, but he is a workhorse. You mentioned it, and this is not the first time Drink has had a running back of this caliber that can handle the workload. He's been added bonus in addition for this offense to hit its peak levels.
Boy, Hardy just fell down like the midfield stripe got him.
Yeah, it rained a little bit, so the fields are a little slick. Seemed like his feet literally got crossed up on himself as he was trying to make a cut. And you typically don't see a running back kind of trip over their own foot in that fashion. Uncharacteristic of what we've seen from Ahmad Hardy.
For a guy that has the most yards after contact from anybody in the country, it's rare to see him take himself out.
Right.
And another good open field tackle. How about the freshman J.J. Shelton out of Dallas, Texas, loss of 3.
Yeah, getting an opportunity to play some extra football. Doesn't go for the pump fake. Stays patient and obviously make sure he ensures that tackle on Pribula. Sets up 4th down attempt here for the Tigers.
Cam Shanks back to return this punt. All-American punt returner from a year ago. Averaging just 5 yards per punt return this year. Has a chance to field one here, coming near side. And he'll just get out of bounds over the 25-yard line. Hogs get the stop. Now they get the football. See what they can do on their second possession when we come back.
SEC football is presented by Sonic. Create a free Coca-Cola your way, any size, any flavor, in the Sonic app, and in part by T-Mobile 5G home internet.
Senior Day, over 30 honored on the field here at Reynolds Razorback Stadium before the game today. One of those, that guy right there, Mike Washington Jr. 1,000-yard season. He has been fantastic, and what a off-season get for the Hogs. The man was at New Mexico State the last couple of seasons, started his career at Syracuse. A lot of people weren't wondering how would that translate in the SEC. Well, I think rather easily. Well, easy for me to say easily. He's had to earn all 1,000 yards on the ground. KJ Jackson, the left-hander, hits his target over the 40. That'll be a first down as C.J. Brown makes his 27th catch of the year. Time now for our impact players, brought to you by Drive Time.
Yeah, I think offensively for Missouri, Brett Norfleet, who we already saw get involved. Omega Blake here got to be K.J. Jackson's best friend for the Arkansas offense.
Just a power play off the left side, and Washington get it close to the 45. I've spotted him at the 44-yard line. Marvin Burks runs him out of bounds. Missouri defense gives up less than 20 points a game. Just over 100 yards rushing per game. That's 6th in the conference, top 25 in the country. 170 yards through the air. That's top 20 in the country as well. It's just been that in critical moments they've given up some big plays this year. One is incomplete. Well, it looked like Dalen Carnell might have been able to scoop that one up. Laid out for it, that's for sure.
Yeah, and KJ Jackson's just a tad late on his throw and leading it too far in front of his intended receiver. And obviously Dalen Carnell was there for the pass breakup. He wishes it was an INT instead in the stat category.
Carnell has 1 pick this year. Graduate out of Indianapolis. 3rd down and relatively long now for Arkansas. Empty set. Jackson will sling it left side. Washington, he makes the catch. That'll be a first down. Trotter there to make the tackle as Arkansas inside Missouri territory.
It's a great job on the motion, being able to get one-on-one isolation with Josiah Trotter. Mike Washington catches the ball with those soft hands we talked about and able to pick up that first down to keep the chains moving.
Jackson breaks a tackle, stays on his feet. He's to the 42-yard line. Trotter with another stop for the Tigers. Bobby Petrino's talked a lot about KJ Jackson and certainly the upside for this young man. Says he just really understands the game, more so than most players at his experience level. Says he's great in the quarterback room, paying attention, watching tape, asking questions, all those little things that go into making good quarterbacks. That one was behind his intended target, Rohan Jones. But KJ had some accuracy issues coming in to his Arkansas camp, but Bobby Petrino says he's really worked hard on his feet. He believes his footwork certainly is the reason and how quarterbacks become accurate when you get that cleaned up.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do on 3rd down. You got to be really good with his feet work. The defensive line gets after the quarterback.
Nice throw here to the near side, caught by Brown. He'll have the first down. Spot him at the 26-yard line. Dalen Carnell up there in coverage, a gain of 15.
Well, you just talked about it. When he's in rhythm with his feet, it translates. You see the step? He's able to push off of that back foot, deliver an accurate strike. C.J. Brown catches it, turns up, picks up another first down. This Arkansas offense seems to be rolling right now.
4.5 to go, first quarter. Jackson, little shoulder fake and hit at the 20-yard line. by Tristan Newsome, a gain of 6.
KJ Jackson, great job. Obviously, reads his intended receivers were covered up, and his progression obviously took him to where he needed to go, and the pocket collapsed. He's able to take off and run and pick up some positive yardage.
2nd down and 4. Give it to Washington. He's to the 16-yard line. See how close that is to the line to gain. Looks like they're going to give him the 1st down. It will be a 1st down and 10 now for Arkansas inside the red zone, where they are 3rd in the conference in touchdown percentage inside the red zone, scoring touchdowns almost 77% of the time.
It's an incredible stat right there. Shows you how efficient this offense is moving.
Jaden Platt goes in motion to the left side. Right behind him comes Raylan Sharp. Sets up in the slot, looking that way. KJ Jackson dumps it off underneath, and a low throw. That'll be incomplete. Trying to hit Platt.
And KJ Jackson just hangs on to this ball a little too long. It's not able to get it in front of Jaden Platt, and he takes a hit for it as well. And kind of feeling it as Damon Wilson is the guy that provides that pressure. He gets rid of that ball a little bit earlier. He can deliver it accurately and also give a chance for Jaden Platt to turn upfield and possibly get some additional yardage.
Well, this drive's been 10 plays, 58 yards, taking up over 4 minutes off the clock. Arkansas trying to answer. Boy, a bobbled snap and right into the hands of Washington. And he is swarmed immediately by Missouri. First one there, Toriano Pride, a loss of 2.
It's great poise by the young quarterback, being able to handle the snap, and it inadvertently ends up in Mike Washington's hands, and they don't make a bad play worse. But you got to pick up some yardage here. 3rd and long is not the situation you want to be in with this Missouri defense playing stingy here in the red zone.
Jackson over the middle and caught. Touchdown, Arkansas. Omega Blake, their leading receiver, with his 5th touchdown catch of the season.
When the face of the blitz, KJ Jackson stands in there, delivers a strike to the impact player, Omega Blake, one of the most sure-handed guys in the conference. Look at that poise by the redshirt freshman, getting his first start, expecting to get hit, delivers a strike right there to number 9. Excellent throw and catch by those two.
Number 70 for Arkansas is now wearing number 31.
How about 12 plays? 73 yards on that drive. Scott Starzyk to attempt the point after. Arkansas has now made 226 consecutive point after, 2nd longest after streak in the FBS.
Yeah, if you want to go find a playmaker, you need to make sure you connect with them early. Omega Blake, KJ Jackson, that connection is alive and well as they tie it up here in Fayetteville.
to the Skycast edition of the Iron Bowl. We'll have SEC football final with Dari Noka, Chris Doering, and Benjamin Watson taking you through the biggest stories of the final day of the regular season. It's also available on the ESPN app. It is a cold, windy day, and we walked into the ballpark today. I mean, it had to be 30, 35 mile an hour winds blowing through here. It was not much fun. Marquise Johnson on this return. It's out over the 20 to the 23-yard line. Boy, big drive for KJ Jackson last series for Arkansas.
Yeah, he was able to showcase his dynamic ability and why Bobby Petrino went to him. A little more physical runner than Taylon Green, but he's able to move the offense just as effectively, hitting it to C.J. Brown, Raylan Sharp, and then getting outside of the pocket to showcase that dual threat ability and finally getting O'Mega Blake involved. And it's a touchdown in the end zone. That's what Bobby Petrino wanted to see from this young quarterback.
Padilla at quarterback for the Tigers. Completed 67% of his passes this year. Handoff goes to Hardy. It dropped at the 30-yard line. Larry Worth, the third in the secondary. Boy, one of the things that kind of, I guess, typifies, maybe explains Arkansas's woes, they are 3 tackles from Kenai Walker at corner. As Hardy gets the first down at the 35, but they are 3 tackles away from Kenai Walker to have 5 players in their secondary with 50 or more tackles.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
You don't want your secondary, not the entire secondary, having that many tackles. The safeties you can understand because they come in for run support, but you can't have all 5 of your guys that are getting significant snaps being in a 50 tackle category.
First down and 10, Tigers. That one is through the hands of Norfleet. I mean, it is such a drastic difference between what they do offensively versus what they do defensively. I mean, look at the numbers. You're basically top 20 in like all these categories offensively, and you are bottom 5 to 8 defensively.
It's truly Jekyll and Hyde. As good as the offense is as bad as the defense is, and that's where they have to find some continuity and consistency going into this offseason.
Second down. Quarterback keeper out to the 41-yard line. Shakir Smalls making the tackle. Fifth-year senior, transferred in from Maine. This is his kind of weather, I guess, huh? Grew up in Philadelphia, played ball at Maine.
Cold is cold. I don't care where you're from, Dave.
Jamal Roberts in at running back. Another quarterback keeper and close to the first down, but stuffed a little bit short. Bradley Shaw, the linebacker. It'll be 4th down and about a half a yard. And Missouri going to go for it. See if this is, they're able to get another play off before the end of the quarter. Ahmad Hardy back in the game at running back. 3 tight ends in the game.
Expect them try to get the defense to jump off sides.
That is the end of the first quarter.
So that's it. Knotted up at 7 after 15 minutes of play.
Yeah, and it's been Missouri with Jamal Roberts and the Wildcat being able to start it off first. But guess what? KJ Jackson finds his man, O'Mega Blake, in the end zone.
Coach, you had success on your opening drive, but what challenges has your offense faced since?
Yeah, we just haven't been as clean as we need to be. We're missing a couple of easy passes. Going to be a big fourth down right here.
What can we expect to see?
Hopefully a conversion.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep, fourth and about a half a yard. Eli Drinkwitz gave up play calling, turns it over to Kirby Moore, who's dialed up something here on fourth and very short. When you have a guy like Ahmad Hardy, who is hard to bring down, that's generally the direction you want to go. Wyatt Simmons finally hits him, but that's enough to move the chains.
Yeah, and Steven Dix Jr. actually is able to make contact right at the yard to gain, and Ahmad Hardy just shoves them off. And that's what you want to see from the leading rusher in the conference, being able to pick up a first down when you need it.
Look at pistol formation. Hardy in the backfield, in motion. Oh, loose football on the deck. Arkansas has it. Scooped up. Bradley Shaw. Touchdown, Arkansas. 32 yards.
Just as we talked about this Arkansas defense being top 8 negatively in categories, they come up with a big play. Bro Pabula not able to hang on to the football, and Bradley Shaw is in the right spot at the right time and makes that Missouri offense capitalize or pay as they capitalize on the turnover and end up in the end zone.
Scott Starzyk to attempt this point after. Boy, Xavier Sorey had the football for a moment, but fell right into number 7's arms. A gift on this holiday weekend for Arkansas. They lead it by a touchdown.
Introducing SportsCenter for you, personalized every single day. Now available on the ESPN app. Powered by your favorites.
14-7. Arkansas has taken the lead over Missouri in this battle line rivalry. Missouri's won 4 of the last 5 in this series. But the Hogs trying to snap this 9-game losing streak here at home to wrap up the regular season. Of course, Missouri with a bowl game on the horizon. Oh, Pribula just fumbled. Pribula had 48 rush yards, 45 of that came on his opening carry of the game. Shaw with the scoop and score. Jamal Roberts in at running back. They'll snap it to Kevin Coleman. Coleman looking for a little bit of room. Miguel Mitchell there for his 52nd tackle of the season. Bradley Shaw, that sophomore linebacker out of Hoover High School, getting a lot of snaps. He's going to be a really good one in this league. He's been in that rotation with Sorey and Dix at the linebacker spot all season. 6th to line of scrimmage for Arkansas, and Hardy gets through the initial line, out close to the 40, a first down. Larry Worth finally brings him down, but a gain of 10 by Ahmad Hardy.
You're going to see that outside zone. It's a staple for what Eli Drinkwitz loves to run. And you get open space and out on the edges, and you let your great running backs do what they do best. And that's capitalize in open space as they pick up another first down.
Jamal Robertson at running back. Pribula hands it off. Big hole between the tackles. That's another first down into Arkansas territory. A great block by Jude James, the tight end on the edge. 16-yard pickup.
You don't see the gap scheme come into play. You got the counter play being issued here where you got 2 pulling guys leading up into the hole and opens up an opportunity for Roberts.
Defense number 10. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. First down, Missouri. That is number 10's first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty as it counts towards disqualification.
Explanation from Daniel Gautreaux, our referee today. That's the 4th penalty against Arkansas. And that's a big one. That will move the football all the way down to the 30-yard line. Xavier Sorey, the 5th-year senior, his 2nd season here at Arkansas, started his career at Georgia. Jamal Roberts is your running back. He'll get the handoff, working that left side, and hit at the 25 by Larry Worth. A big collision there, but will set up 2nd down and medium.
It's a big hit. Larry Worth, the 3rd. Able to showcase his physicality in a game like this where the run game is going to be critically important.
Boy, some miscommunication in the backfield. Pribula takes it himself. Kaniah Walker making the tackle on the edge.
Yeah, and it appears as Pribula goes the wrong way maybe, and Jamal Roberts was expecting him to open up to the opposite side, and that miscommunication was thwarted by the heads-up play by Pribula, just taking it and picking up some positive yards.
3rd down and 3. A lot of big boys in that line of scrimmage from Missouri. Hand off to Hardy. And Ahmad sees just enough of a crease to pick up the first down around the 17. Julian Neal, the first one there, but a gain of 5.
That's that patience that Ahmad Hardy possesses, being able to wait behind that big physical offensive line, and he finds that small crease, that window that you mentioned. He's able to explode through the gap and pick up another first down.
Averaging 127 yards a game on the ground. Pribula off the left side, takes it himself, and he'll get 4 or 5 out of that. Cameron Ball, the 5th-year Arkansas Razorback, in that nose tackle position out of Atlanta, Georgia, in on that tackle.
You can see Kirby Moore taking the ball out of Beau Pribula's hands from a throwing perspective, so you don't have to worry about having the fumble that we saw, and they've been able to run the ball effectively on this drive.
They'll give it to Manning. A little eye candy from Missouri. And that's a couple of yards before Larry Worth there to make a tackle.
Now with third down on the horizon, this is where you can expect a play action rollout situation to get Beau Pribula on the edge and giving him a run pass option to make a decision on if he can use his legs to pick up the first down or drop it off to one of these dangerous receivers. You see Kevin Coleman as that inside third receiver on your screen. That's typically your go-to guy.
Big hole. Touchdown, Missouri. Beau Pribula with the touchdown.
And the legs of Beau Pribula has been the difference maker for this Missouri offense. Everyone expecting pass, and he just does the quarterback draw. It's a great call by Kirby Moore. It's executed perfectly, and Beau Pribula finds his way into the end zone for the second touchdown for the Tigers.
Well, they weren't kidding when they said they were going to run the quarterback a little bit more this week.
I'm sure Beau Pribula is absolutely loving it too. It fits right into his style, and we saw him at Penn State last year, a season ago, and now having the opportunity this year.
Was a touchdown. The previous play is under video review.
There was a hesitation by both of our officials on the goal line as to whether or not that was a touchdown. There was that moment of pause.
Let's see if his knee touched down before he was able to fall into the end zone. It's a great angle to tell, and ooh, that is very close. His knee touches down there. It's hard to tell from this angle, but it appears as though the ball may be right at that goal line area. From this angle, I don't know if you can confirm that it's short of the goal line since the call was touchdown, and have clear evidence to showcase that.
See if that one holds, but I just don't think there's enough indisputable evidence to overturn that.
Yeah, I think you probably have to stick with the call, considering at least the angles that we saw.
After video review, the call of a touchdown is upheld.
Yeah, I don't know that there was enough to definitely say that he did not get across the goal line.
Agreed.
So Pribula with the touchdown. He leads him in rushing, 9 carries, 66 yards today, averaging 7.3 yards per carry. Oliver Robbins on to attempt the point after. And he gets it through the uprights. There are some whistles, flags on the play.
Offside. Defense, number 13 in the neutral zone at the snap. The penalty is declined. The result of the try is good.
So Missouri answers the scoop and score from Arkansas. We're tied at 14 here in the second quarter.
SEC football presented by Sonic is brought to you by Regions Bank, official bank of the SEC, and T-Mobile 5G home internet.
Senior day for Tusk 6 as well today. His final game here at Reynolds Razorback Stadium. Fed him some grapes over the years. Tusk 7 making a debut next football season.
Will you feed Tusk 7?
I don't know. I think once was enough. They seem so sweet right up until the point they don't.
It's too late at that time.
Exactly. Touchdown run from Missouri. Ties it up at 14 apiece here in this battle line rivalry game. Through the end zone and out to the 25-yard line. Time to get an update. Our first one from my good buddy Dari Noka. Happy Thanksgiving or post-Thanksgiving, Dari. Thank you, Dari. Taylen Green in at quarterback. His first pass off the mark, trying to hit Raylan Sharp down that far sideline, and already looks like he's grabbing that left leg a little bit. Taylen Green did not get the start today. It was KJ Jackson, the redshirt freshman. Meanwhile, Taylen Green, who came into this needing 368 yards of total offense to set a new Arkansas single-season record in that department, coming off the bench today. Handed off to Mike Washington. Big hole, and Mike tripped up at the 35-yard line by Marvin Burks Jr. That was a gain of 11 and a first down for Arkansas.
That's a touchdown saving tackle by Marvin Burks Jr. Great job by Arkansas creating a hole with the counter gap scheme. Mike Washington hit it 100 miles per hour. And one more broken tackle. He's off to the crib.
Another flag is down. That's going to be a false start against Arkansas.
False start. Offense, number 9. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Boy, Omega Blake can't stay in control. Third time he's been flagged for a violation here in the first half. Taylen Green, his numbers, I mean, look, it is impressive. I think the one thing that stands out are the turnovers that that Bobby Petrino's had a hard time living with this year, but there's so much to like, though.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal from a standpoint of producing stats and touchdowns. These numbers offensively are what they are because of Taylen Green's impact and presence. Just got to take care of the football better.
I mean, he's rushed for 773 yards. Here's Washington near side. He is hit out over the 35. They'll spot him at the 37. So they get some of that yardage back. You know, last year Green finished 40 yards shy of setting the school record for total yards. In 2 years of running this Bobby Petrino offense, he's already 6th in school history in total yards. Man, if he just had another half a season, which of course in reality he can't, but you never know these days, but he doesn't. He would have shattered the marks here. Here's Taylen Green, and he is wrapped up immediately by Trotter. It'll be third down and long.
It's a great job by Trotter. Obviously, we know how dynamic and explosive Taylen Green can be with his legs. And Trotter is right there. Ball magnet, always finding where he needs to go. Here on 3rd and 9, you got to see this Mizzou defense play for Taylen Green's legs, trying to escape out of the pocket and have a spy on him at any given moment, because he'll make you pay with his legs as well.
So 3rd down and 9. Pocket collapses. Green making some guys miss. First down and slides at midfield. Gain of 11, needed 9.
Well, they had a spy. Darius Smith was back there spying. He chooses the wrong gap. He gets blocked out of the way, and Taylen Green sees green grass. It's a first down for the Arkansas Razorback offense.
You know, he tweaked that hammy last week against Texas, but looked like there was no issue on that particular run.
Not at all. He seems to be feeling himself already. That's dangerous for Mizzou if they trying to defend a guy that's confident and healthy like we just saw from Taylen Green.
Washington, well, he slipped as he tried to plant that foot and cut it back. Khalil Jacobs will get credit for the tackle. Great conversation with old number 4 yesterday. We talked to him a few times. We've been in town, and just a fine young man. Enjoyed talking to him, and said he really had wanted to prove some things. He heard people talking like, could he play in the SEC? What would it look like? Never had a 1,000-yard season in his career. Said he had all those things in his mind and really, really wanted that 1,000 yards and got it last week. Little end around. Here's Raylan Sharp. Boy, read well. Flags come flying in from all over the place as Burks makes the tackle.
It's going to be holding.
Holding. Offense, number 88. The penalty is declined. Third down.
Well done by Missouri. They had 3 black jerseys over there. There's nowhere for Sharp to go.
They were waiting. They schemed up that play very well. Misdirection didn't work. Now we see 3rd and 10. This is where Taylen Green hurt him with his legs last time. The spy, Darius Smith, back in. We'll see if he's able to be more patient and let the play develop itself if Taylen Green decides to run.
3-man rush. Pocket holds up long enough, but a flag comes. There's going to be a hold against Arkansas.
Holding. Offense, number 55. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
That's why it held up. Fernando Carmona, 48 straight starts dating back to his redshirt freshman year at Fresno State in 2022. Just had to grab a jersey.
Yeah, and he's been the best offensive lineman, but obviously he gets taken down. Tries to take Sterling Webb down with him as well. That's a penalty every single time. It was declined, but that showcases the dynamic ability of this Mizzou defense.
Kevin Coleman back to return this punt. Stands at the 10. Going to let it hit inside the 5, and it scoots into the end zone. All knotted up. 5:20 to go. First half here from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Well, yesterday, busy day in the SEC. Georgia had a battle with Georgia Tech. Hail Mary went incomplete in the end zone, and Georgia wins clean old-fashioned hate. And because of that, they now have a berth in the SEC title game. Ole Miss still has an outside chance depending on what happens tonight with Auburn and Alabama. And the reason Georgia sneaks in is because Texas looked, as good as they've looked. Now, they've had a couple of really good halves this year, but that was awesome and impressive last night in the second half. Boy, flag comes in as Hardy with that carry. Texas A&M just had some momentum in that first half, but then, boy, did Texas just come out and just take all the juice away from A&M.
Number 0 in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Yeah, and to your point, they weren't able to capitalize in the red zone. Texas able to force some interceptions in the red zone late in that game, and yeah, that Texas team was playing some really good football in the second half, and that's the expectation for what they were supposed to be the entire year.
6 penalties against Arkansas. 2 more have been declined by Missouri. They'll hand it off to Hardy. Stephen Dix Jr. meets him in the hole. Not much on that play, maybe a yard. Last week against those Texas Longhorn defenders, Ahmad Hardy just 57 yards on 17 carries. Gets the handoff here, and there's a flag in the backfield. He'll have a first down run, but this one may be coming back on holding against the Tigers. And another flag comes in on the far sideline at the end of the play over there on the Missouri bench.
Rivalry game. Tempers get to flaring. You got to stay calm, cool, and collected and keep your emotions intact. Could be the difference in the game.
There are fouls on each team on the play. Holding, offense, number 77. The 10-yard penalty will be enforced from the previous spot. After the play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, defense, number 23. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced after the hold is enforced. First down, Missouri.
Julian Neal over there at the end of the play.
See the hold on the end. Obviously, Sorey had an opportunity. And then afterwards, Julian Neal.
Wow, that didn't seem like a whole lot.
Yeah, not at all.
Break for Missouri. Stephen Dix able to hit Ahmad Hardy. Stephen Dix, the 5th-year senior, a couple of years at Florida State, a year at Marshall, now his 2nd season at Arkansas. Former freshman All-American when he was at Florida State. 2nd on the team in tackles a year ago, 2nd this year. Jamal Roberts comes in the game at running back, and he splits out wide. It's an empty set, 5 receiver look for the Tigers. Rabula takes it himself. He's tripped up and falls forward close to the 35. Bradley Shaw got a hold of his shoestrings. It'll be 3rd down and about 6.5.
Bradley Shaw did a great job of staying at home on that play. Bo Pribula's been able to utilize the quarterback draw very well. Pick up some major yardage. That time Bradley Shaw was there. 3rd down. It's where they've been great on the quarterback draw. We'll see if that is implemented yet again.
47% on 3rd downs this year for Missouri. Pribula incomplete, but a flag. It looked like Coleman was being held coming out of that break, and flags will come out.
Just too much contact at the top of the break.
Pass interference, defense, number 13. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
Kenai Walker does not agree.
Penalties are starting to stack up for this Arkansas football team, offensively and defensively. They haven't played discipline, and it's given Missouri a couple of first downs already in this first quarter.
Boy, Bobby Petrino is bubbling to the top right now. First down, Tigers. Here's Hardy. Falls forward, good enough for the first down. Give him 11. Bradley Shaw again there to make a play for Arkansas, but not before the chains start moving.
The bread and butter hitting that outside zone. The one cut slash ability by Ahmad Hardy.
Quick snap to Hardy. This time nowhere to go. Quincy Rhodes Jr. making the tackle on the outside for Arkansas. 2.5 to go here in the first half. Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining and the 2-minute timeout.
What's been a little different and kind of taking some time to get adjusted to it is the tempo is still utilized by Missouri, but it's implemented with the run game as well, which is something fresh that you typically don't see across college football.
Boy, it looked like Kenai Walker off the edge from his corner spot was going to blitz. Backs up, and Missouri will let this one roll down to the 2-minute timeout. Tigers driving late first half, trying to take the lead here in this battle line rivalry game. You know, guys, I just asked Fozzie about Pribula's, when are we going to let him air it out? And he says, why? Because we're running it so well. And all right, you sold me.
That might be the running back talking as well.
Yeah, no. They will keep it on the ground. Cameron Ball makes the tackle behind the line.
Great job by Cam Ball, able to keep and maintain leverage. You can see he keeps that outside arm free. He brings down probably one of the hardest running backs to bring down in a solo tackle attempt. Set up 3rd and long.
Jamal Roberts now checks in at running back. Stack some receivers on the far hash. Avila looking that way. Underneath and dropped. Just dropped by Brett Norfleet.
Yeah, and Bo Pribula had time, delivers an accurate ball. Norfleet not able to hang on to it. Weather may play a factor in that, but Shakir Smalls in on that coverage there would have been short regardless. Great job by the Arkansas defense holding firm around midfield.
Connor Wesselman averaging 42 yards a punt this year. And a bad snap over his head. He falls on it around the 22-yard line. What a break for Arkansas with 1:15 to go before halftime.
Desmond Howard said it on game day earlier, weather can be the great equalizer. Well, we've seen weather be an impact in this game already. High snap. Wesselman not able to hang on to it. Ball is slick. And for him, he's able to get on top of it before further damage is done. But that's a huge turnover with 1:15 left, and giving his Arkansas offense a chance, hovering right around the red zone to take the lead.
Arkansas. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, receiving team.
Oh my goodness.
15-yard penalty will be enforced from the dead ball spot. First down, Arkansas.
This has been a...
The unsportsmanlike is on number 21. That is his first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty as it counts towards disqualification.
It has just been a tough first half for Arkansas in that penalty department. I believe that's number 9 on the Hogs here in the first half, and they've had 2 declined. That'll push them back to the 37-yard line. Taylen Green gets the snap, steps up in that pocket, underneath, pass is caught, big collision at the 32. That one goes to Jaden Platt, who pops up. That's going to leave a mark as he's kind of gimpy back to the line of scrimmage. Dalen Carnell saw that one coming and able to put the hit on Platt. Clock moving, 50 seconds. Green, flush to his right. Flag comes out again in the middle of that line of scrimmage. You know what this is going to be. Trotter pushes him out of bounds.
Holding, offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Second down.
Number 10 in the first half against Arkansas.
Goodness. And Broussard here at the top of your screen is trying to block Zion Young, who had a free path to Taylen Green. So there was miscommunication on who was supposed to pick him up. And he might have saved Taylen Green from getting a hit, although it cost his offense 10 precious yards.
Green spins out of trouble. Buys some time. Back over the middle. Pass is caught. First down, Arkansas. Inside the 20. Omega Blake. Clock will stop. Arkansas wants a timeout.
Timeout. Arkansas. That is their first. It will be 30 seconds.
Yeah, Taylen Green is just like Houdini. He gets you out of all the messes that happen. His ability to keep his eyes downfield, square up his shoulders as he's rolling opposite of his body, and then delivering an accurate strike to Omega Blake, the leading receiver for this Arkansas team. And they're right back in striking distance with 32 seconds left.
Yeah, Blake leads the team in receptions, receiving yards, receiving touchdowns. After spending 3 years at South Carolina, 1 year at Charlotte, where last year he averaged 24 yards per reception, which was the second best average in the FBS. A couple of 100-yard games this year for the fifth-year senior out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. Arkansas with 2 timeouts, 32 seconds on the clock. Remember, this has been a team that's been in some close games all season long. Swing it to the outside. Washington makes the catch and gets out of bounds with 26 seconds to play. Arkansas in the red zone this year again. One of the best in this conference, scoring touchdowns almost 77% of the time. Most coaches talk about if we can be in the low 60s in terms of percentage, we'll be happy. Arkansas living up there in that 76, 77 range. Big collision on that far sideline. Green looks like he'll have the first down. Nicholas Rodriguez with a big shot on Taylen Green, and now there's some pushing and shoving over there. These two teams a little chippy at the end of last year's game in Columbia.
Some bad blood here. Taylen Green is trying to pick up additional yardage for the first down. That's a live play. That's regular football right there. Rodriguez does what any defender would do in trying to prevent the runner from getting the first down. And obviously, Carmona didn't take lightly to the hit he put on his quarterback.
Rodriguez, 6 feet, 215 pounds. Big hit on Green is 6'6", 235. Eli Drinkwitz wants a timeout.
Timeout, Missouri. It is their
He is just shy of the line to gain, by the way. It's 3rd down and 1. Boy, Bobby Petrino has been on fire down there.
I think he's upset. He thinks that spot should have been a first down. I'm not so sure. I disagree with him. I mean, Taylen Green was right at that marker as he was hit out of bounds. And that's a lot of passion right now for the battle line rivalry as that trophy's on the line. And they got a chance right here to go up right before halftime.
My man is passionate about his football.
Passionate Petrino.
And boy, can he coach some offense.
Absolutely. Proof is in the pudding. I had a little too much pudding.
3rd down and 1. 18 seconds on the clock. To the end zone, batted in the air and incomplete. It was tipped by Santana Banner. Arkansas wanted a flag, but once that ball's tipped, all bets are off.
That's an incredible job by Santana Banner. Get right in that throwing lane as the RPO is utilized here in the red zone, and getting that tip pass. It's the difference.
Number 70 for Arkansas is now wearing number 31.
So Arkansas with 18 seconds on a 4th and a yard, going to try to go for the field goal here. It'll be a 28-yarder.
Timeout, Missouri. It is their second. It will be 30 seconds.
Scott Starzyk, their true freshman kicker out of the Woodlands High School in Texas, has been really good this year. 13 of 16, career-long 53-yarder in the opener this season, but hit a 51-yarder against Texas last week. Inside 40, he has been perfect, 8 of 8 on the year. Kicking has not been the problem for Arkansas.
Offense, for the most part,
yes,
has been able to put up numbers for Arkansas. They take care of the football. Has been the only downfall, but they produce points and they do it at a high and elite level.
So a 28-yarder on the way from Starzyk. Good clean operation. And the kick is good. So Arkansas has the lead with 11 seconds to go before halftime. We talked about these close games for the Hogs. 6 of their 9 losses have been by 1 score. 5 have been by a field goal or less. And that number, by the way, of 5 losses by 3 points or less, it is tied for the most in FBS history. How about that?
That's incredible. That's incredible. And the thing about it is, on these close losses, 5 losses by 6 points or less, they've been right in the game. You look at Ole Miss and Memphis, they were driving to take the lead late in that game, which probably would have iced it. We'd be looking at this Arkansas team completely different. Tennessee, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, all of those were traumatic losses, and obviously would change the course of this Arkansas season if they were able to pull out a victory.
Those 5 losses by 3 points or less, tied, of course, for the most in a season in NCAA history with Boston College in 2015, Navy in 2011, Wake Forest in 2009, and Bowling Green back in 1980. Short kick taken there by Johnson, and he bounces off a couple of Arkansas defenders, but dropped right there with 4 seconds to go before halftime. A little bit of juice on that Arkansas side. Well, the 3rd annual ACC-SEC Basketball Challenge begins Tuesday with 3 straight nights of games coming up right here on the SEC Network. And, of course, you can always catch them on the ESPN app. Virginia Tech, South Carolina, Miami at Ole Miss, SMU at Vanderbilt. Commodores, by the way, are a pretty impressive show right now. They have started 8-0 on the season. Meanwhile, on the women's side, you get Virginia at Vanderbilt, Georgia Tech, Texas A&M, Pittsburgh, Mississippi State among those games. Hand off to Roberts as the rain starts to just really come down here at Reynolds Razorback Stadium. You better love football if you want to watch the second half in these stands. It is cold, rainy, blustery. But Arkansas, in their final game of the season, they've lost 9 in a row. Lead it by 3, 17-14 here at the half. Time to get you to our Charlotte studios, Mr. Dari Nowkhah. And welcome back to SEC Network Football, presented by Sonic. As you are watching the SEC on ESPN, it is a cold, rainy, windy, just kind of nasty day here in November at Reynolds Razorback Stadium in Northwest Arkansas. But the Hogs tried to break a 9-game losing streak, lead it by 3 after 2 quarters of play. Dave Neal alongside Fozzie Whitaker, Morgan Huber down the sidelines. And, well, we thought we'd see these teams run the football. 46 of the 62 plays in the first half on the ground. What did you make of what you saw in the first half?
Yeah, I thought ultimately it's going to be a ground and pound type of game for both teams with the weather playing an impact. But there have been some highlights that have gotten us to this point. You look at the very beginning, 3 plays takes you right into the end zone for the Missouri Tigers. Well, how about the young redshirt freshman answering back? He finds Omega Blake into the end zone, and that's what you wanted to see. If you're an Arkansas fan, you backdoor Bo Perbula. That's why we've seen 46 running plays, is because the ball being wet and slippery. Bradley Shaw makes him pay, and then Bo Perbula says, I got this. Let me make up for that last mishap. Ends up in the end zone, and special teams gets a part of the wet football as Wesselman falls on the football, and then you see Taylor Green get inserted. Welcome back into the game, and boom, there's a hit by Rodriguez, and that's what the battle line robbery is all about. Guys get chippy right after. It's going to make for a fun and exciting second half.
Those high-speed highlights brought to you by T-Mobile 5G home internet. I mean, you got to be a loyalist to be here now. I mean, you are all in.
The rain picking up.
Woo. Look at our first half stats, and you see the 45 rush yards by Arkansas. Missouri has only passed for 15 yards. Rodney Hill on the return. Let's go downstairs to Morgan, get an update.
Well, Arkansas head coach Bobby Petrino told me he'd certainly be addressing those 10 first-half penalties with his team. And at the time when I talked to him going into the locker room, he did not have a plan for what he would do at quarterback in the second half, as we have seen both in this game. And head coach for Missouri, Eli Drinkwitz, said it doesn't matter who's in at quarterback for Arkansas. They do present their own sets of challenges, but our defense has to do a better job of pressuring the quarterback, getting after him. And he said those first-half miscues, snapping our head over the punter, not chalking it up to the weather. He said it's just been a lack of focus from his team.
KJ Jackson gets the start here for Arkansas. Was that a backwards pass?
It looked like it was.
The ruling on the field is a backwards pass.
It was, and it'll be a loss of 5 on the play. Tried to hit Raylan Sharp, who luckily for Arkansas fell on it.
And KJ Jackson just doesn't put enough on it. Falls short of the intended receiver. I mean, Sharp does a great job. It's close as far as being a backwards pass.
4-man rush. Jackson comes this side, trying to hit Washington, and that one's low. Well, it looked like KJ Jackson was in a bit of a rhythm. They made the switch to Taylor Green, and Taylor played well. Wasn't anything against Taylor, but KJ didn't do anything, I don't think, to be removed from the game. No mishaps or anything, but he starts the second half in a couple of bad throws and sets up a 3rd down and 15. Pressure comes. Jackson flush to his right, throws on the run. Washington belted, but stays on his feet over the 30 to the 31. He's 9 yards shy of the line to gain. Jalen Catalon and Chris McClellan over there making the play for the Tigers.
And you can see Coach Drink talking about applying pressure. Well, they're able to apply pressure to KJ Jackson, but he still has the wherewithal to get the ball out to his check down, and Mike Washington able to pick up some positive yardage, make it 4th and 9.
Quick 3 and out for Arkansas. Here's the punt team. Devin Bale to punt it away to Kevin Coleman Jr. And another flag comes out. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. The first half was penalty ridden for Arkansas. 10 penalties in that first half.
Illegal formation. Kicking team, number 88, lined up in the backfield. The 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the kick. First down, Missouri.
Man, these things going on with Arkansas, you just don't expect them in the final game of the regular season, maybe game one.
Yeah, well, we've seen double-digit penalties by this Arkansas team earlier in the year. It seems like some of those issues with lack of focus, because a lot of the penalties have been pre-snap penalties, right? Just be locked in and engage. You can prevent at least half of the ones that they've been able to commit so far.
Tigers have it, first down at the 35-yard line. Fabula flushed out of the pocket, being chased down there by Cam Ball, trying to hit Brett Norfleet. We were talking only 4 passes. The run game, okay, not great for Missouri in that first half. Had a big run by Fabula, 49 yards on the opening carry of the game, sets up a touchdown. But I mean, at some point you have to complete a few passes to help your run game out.
Absolutely.
I don't care how good you are, right?
You got to go downfield at some point, and you're right. Kevin Coleman, that's where we see him get involved quite a bit. He hadn't had an opportunity yet.
Handed off to Ahmad Hardy, and he is just stuffed between the tackles, thrown backwards. He and Jeff Rard, the big man at 6'5", 387 pounds.
Look at that fleet of feet, too, as he goes off to the sideline. He did his job. It's a large human being. You got to try to move to create some space and hold.
He played in the small classification in high school football just outside of Atlanta, and he probably destroyed some folks at the line of scrimmage. 4-man rush. They get it out to Roberts. Turns the corner where they're going to spot him. Over the 45 to the 47. That'll be a first down for Missouri.
Great play call by Kirby Moore here. Uses the motion to declare man or zone. Then you get a block because the ball was thrown right at the line of scrimmage, and it gets Jamal Roberts the opportunity to be able to get around the edge and pick up the first down for Missouri.
Working the right side. Ahmad Hardy breaks some more tackles and stays on his feet. He's had some great runs, but this might be the best one of the season. 53 yards for Hardy.
I call this man undeniable. When you think you have him down, you do not. The outside zone scheme, and he's wrapped up by Jeff Rard all the way. And somehow he keeps those legs pumping. His spirit, his passion, the way that he runs the rock, it's absolutely undeniable coming into this game. 77 forced missed tackles according to PFF, 3rd in the country, one of the best to do it.
Robbins, bad snap again. Arkansas could have picked it up and gone the other way. Instead, they just fall on it, and the point after is no good. But nonetheless, Ahmad Hardy. I mean, this guy was wrapped up by a 387-pound nose tackle and said, no, I think I'm just going to keep going.
Keep those feet driving. Doesn't matter who's on you. If you are still up and in play, you got a chance to score, and that's exactly what that young man did. Rumble to the end zone.
1,000 yards after contact for Ahmad Hardy. I mean, it is amazing. This is a young man, by the way, who's 5'10", 210 pounds. He's been doing it all year.
Yes.
But I don't know that he's had a 387-pounder wrap him up in a bear hug and get out of that. It's just an incredible run. This will be a touchback out to the 25-yard line. He tells us last night that part of the reason is he loves horses, rides horses all the time, and he says it's really helped his balance and his leg strength. He was explaining to us how riding a horse, if you were ever to get on a horse, like our legs would be so sore.
Oh, yes.
The next day. But he's got 4 horses scattered around Mississippi and up in the Memphis area that he loves them. And maybe it's the reason he can do this.
Yeah, I mean, Hen Gerard feels like a horse himself, being able to be on top of a guy 387 pounds, keep those legs pumping. That man's special.
First down and 10. Let's see if Arkansas can respond. Mike Washington, 1,000-yard rusher, just coughed it up. The Hogs will fall on it out over the 30-yard line. The big hit came from Marvin Burks. C.J. Brown fell on that football, but boy, that was could have been a vital moment in this game.
Yeah, Mike Washington got to hang on to that football. Marvin Burks Jr. does a great job of putting his hat right on the ball. Trotter just is not able to come up with it. You can see that contact, boom, hat on football, football is loose. And for Arkansas fans, C.J. Brown was in the right place at the right time.
J.J. Jackson under pressure, throws it up for grabs. Incomplete. Looking for Jaden Platt right over his head.
It's a great job by Zion Young, playing the bootleg and staying at home and being patient, forcing that errant throw, which also almost ended up in a turnover.
Hawks 4 of 8 on third downs. They're looking at a 3rd and 3 here. Out of that pistol formation with Washington as your tailback. Jackson keeps it himself. He dives for the first down and has it over the 35-yard line. Marvin Burks just couldn't get there in time.
Great job by K.J. Jackson. Right decision, reading that defensive end. Starts feathering down too far. He pulls it and uses his athletic ability to rumble and get up first down.
KJ under pressure and dropped. He'll lose a couple of yards. Chris McClellan in there to make the initial hit for the Tigers.
For an offensive player injury.
You see Chris McClellan right in the middle of your screen, one-on-one with Kittler. Pushes him off of his spot, then finds his way to the redshirt freshman.
Injured Arkansas player will step aside for a moment.
SEC football presented by Sonic is brought to you by Regions Bank, official bank of the SEC.
Still calling the Hogs on a cold, blustery, rainy day. Their captain, Fernando Carmona, limps off the field a moment ago. 49 consecutive starts for the young man that goes back to his redshirt freshman year at Fresno State back in 2022 at a Las Vegas. So KJ Jackson will try to help this team pick up the first down, looking at second down and long. Marion Harris will come in. Normally a tackle will play that left guard spot, vacated by Carmona. Jackson, nice pass, caught at the 45 of Missouri and out of bounds goes Raylan Sharp. Santana Banner makes a hit, but not before 22 Arkansas yards.
It's a great job and execution by KJ Jackson. He's getting hit by Doris Smith and delivers an absolute dot to Raylan Sharp. That'll get your juices flowing and create some momentum for this Arkansas offense.
First down and 10, Arkansas sub, so Missouri gets an opportunity to get their players off the field. Out of that pistol, they'll hand it off. Big hole off the right side for Washington. East to the 35. Banner and Carnell in the back end making the tackle.
You're going to see when Mike Washington hits the hole, he hits at full speed, and there's nobody around him for 8-9 yards. He's able to pick up that yardage just from what the offensive line was able to do for him on that inside zone.
Second down and a half yard. They go back to Washington. He'll pick up that first down. Braylon Henderson, one of those defensive tackles for Missouri, getting some work here. They're graduating, transferred in from Ohio. This is a Missouri defense that's fifth in the conference, giving up just 19.5 points a game. They allow 107 yards rushing per game. They've held Arkansas to 61. To the air this time. Well, that was almost picked off. Toriano Pride almost came in there and just got the deflection off of Platt's chest.
We're seeing a constant theme. It seems like the ball is pretty tough to hang on to, and Platt's not able to stay away from the dropsies. And after you create that momentum on first and second down, seems like some of it is taken away after that drop.
Low throw, scooped up by Sharp. Get it inside the 30, down to the 28. There's Rodriguez to make a tackle. But now it's third down coming up for Arkansas.
Let's get near, closer to the red zone. I expect Missouri maybe to try to heat up KJ Jackson here at this part of the field. Push him out of field goal range, but then also give something that the young redshirt freshman hasn't seen. Force a mistake on his part.
On third down, Jackson to throw, underneath route. Pass is caught there by Blake. And he's going to be shy of the line to gain. Toriano Pride closed the gap in a hurry and made the tackle.
Yeah, man-to-man coverage across the board. Toriano Pride's trailing Omega Blake. For him to be able to close that gap as quickly as he did shows you his closing speed ability. And great job in that trail phase, ensuring that Omega Blake doesn't pick up the first down.
Fourth down and 2. You're inside the 25. Bobby Petrino going to try to tie this one up. A little surprise, last game of the regular season. Pushing the envelope.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, why not? It's easy for us to say up here. There's the kick on the way, and it is no good. Didn't look like a clean transaction on the hold that may have cost this one to scoot a little bit to the right. Eli Drinkwitz says all you need to know about that field goal attempt. Our SEC Network weekday football lineup, from Monday reactions to Friday previews. We have you covered. Every show is also available streaming on the all-new ESPN app. And, of course, a lot of our crew starting to head next week to Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, for another playing of the SEC Football Championship game. Who will be in there? We know Georgia's in there. Handoff left side to start this drive. Ahmad Hardy out to the 30-yard line. And again, those of you concerned about the SEC Championship game, it comes down to really tonight's Alabama-Auburn game to determine if Alabama wins, they're in. If Alabama loses, Ole Miss gets in. It'll be Georgia and Ole Miss. Otherwise, it'll be Georgia and Alabama.
It's crazy how it all comes down to the Iron Bowl for everything to unfold.
2nd down and 4. Again, run Hardy right side. Breaks a couple of more tackles, and he'll be close to the line to gain. Phillip Lee makes the tackle. Let's go downstairs to Morgan.
Well, when Chris Wilson took over as interim DC, he told us he wanted to be on the field to know his players' energy and look them directly in the eye, to have tough conversations. And after that Ahmad Hardy touchdown run, he had some tough conversations, lighting a fire under all position groups on the defense, saying that was on us. Take accountability. We have to focus, lock in, and this is a team that knows the margins between winning and losing are so very small, guys.
They'll go under center here on 3rd down and short. Roberts and Hardy in the backfield. They will give it to Hardy. He's hit immediately. I don't know that he got it. Or excuse me, Roberts on the carry. Did his second effort get it? They haven't moved the chains. No sign just yet. They're going to say 4th down.
Check out the push by this Arkansas defensive line. Able to get some penetration, and you can see Steven Dix Jr. is the guy that comes in and wraps up Jamal Roberts to stop that forward momentum, and it sets up a big 4th down.
4th and inches for the Tigers. Got some movement up front. Everybody's pointing at everybody now. Now,
Field is wet.
a little soggy.
Offside. Defense, number 99. Number 99 went into the neutral zone, caused a reaction by the offense. 5-yard penalty. The result of the foul is a 1st down.
I think it might have been 97. Let's see if it's Quincy Rhodes. Yeah.
You'll see Quincy Rhodes just moves enough. Offense able to pick up a free 1st down.
It's the old saying, got to hold your water.
Yeah.
Arkansas couldn't do it. Just another penalty. Boy, they are stacking them up here today. Hardy off the left side. Hit, and he's not getting out of that one. Steven Dix, the first one there. He didn't go down. I don't know. I mean, am I crazy to think that? I mean, like, I remember thinking back to Emmitt Smith was a guy that was really hard to bring down.
Yep.
But I can't think of another back. Barry Sanders, but it was hard to get around him. Like, you couldn't touch him.
Yeah, Barry was a completely different make-you-miss type of back. Yeah, Ahmad Hardy runs through contact.
It's just amazing at his size that he's able to do that.
Yeah.
5'10", 210.
The wear and tear, over 200 carries over the course of the season. It's been phenomenal.
Flag down again. Pavula. He's to midfield and dives there. If that stands, it'll be a 1st down. Kenai Walker will get credit for the tackle.
Illegal formation. Offense, 5 players lined up in the backfield. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. 1st down.
I mean, you're running back. I mean, to be able to do what he's doing, it's hard for like some of us who never played running back to understand how he's able to do that so consistently.
It's hard for me that plays football and the position to understand how he's been able to do it, stay healthy,
It is 2nd down.
been able to have this amount of carries.
Yeah.
Like, it's incredible. It's very special, and why he's a Doak Walker finalist.
2nd down and 14. Roberts in at running back. 4-man rush for the Hogs. Kabila underneath pass, and boy, Norfleet just got his cleats stuck.
This has not been his day. A couple of drops with the weather, and now can't find his foot, and he's able to bring in the pass there as he's trying to make a play. His feet slide from underneath him as he's putting on the brakes. It looks like the brakes weren't working there. He goes down on this slick surface.
3.5 to play, third quarter. Manning goes in motion. Arkansas bringing some heat. Kabila drop back at the 28. Kenai Walker slicing in from a secondary position will get credit for the sack and a loss of 7.
Excellent call by Chris Wilson, the defensive coordinator. He fired up this defense. Well, they're playing inspired now. Norfleet not able to pick up Kenai Walker on the corner blitz, and Kenai Walker makes Bo Perbula and this Missouri Tigers offense pay in a big way. It sets up a long punt here on 4th down.
Cam Shanks back to return this punt. Boy, snaps have been a problem. That one's high, and a low line drive kick. Bouncing around a couple of times, scooped up there. Shanks trying to get the edge. He'll run out of bounds at the 43-yard line. So another special teams issue, if you will. It has not been pretty for the Tigers in their special teams area today. So Taylen Green now will get a run after a couple of series from KJ Jackson. Again, Taylen came in the first half, looked sharp. Throwing the football today, Taylen 4 of 7 for 38 yards. He's rushed it 3 times for 16 yards. And he'll start at the 43. Going up top on his first pass of the second half, and it's incomplete. Trying to hit C.J. Brown. Good coverage from Dre Norwood.
Dre Norwood stride for stride with C.J. Brown. The ball is actually placed beautifully for C.J. Brown. Try to make a play on it, but number 12 on defense, Dre Norwood, able to be the difference maker as it falls incomplete.
Tigers bring some pressure and nowhere for Washington to go. Rodriguez called his name a few times today. He and Trotter making the play for Missouri.
On 3rd down, we know exactly what you need to do if you're Missouri's defense. You have to spy Taylen Green. He's so dangerous with his legs. Obviously, he can beat you with his arms, but if he gets any open grass, look for him to tuck it and try to pick it up on his own.
Over the middle, and boy, looked like C.J. Brown just kind of short-armed that one a little bit. It might have been too far over his head.
Either that or it may have gotten tipped at the line of scrimmage. The ball just seems a little weird.
Oh, it did get tipped. That's why. Good call, Foz.
So Darius Shaw, or Darius Smith, I'm sorry, was the guy that's playing that spy position on Taylen Green and finding that passing window, tips it and forces 4th down.
Kevin Coleman back to return this punt from Devin Bale. Good high kick. Fair catch called for by Coleman at the 16-yard line. Missouri leads at 20-17 with 1:37 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Tomorrow night, SEC Insight grants you an all-access pass to the SEC Women's Volleyball Tournament semifinals and championship match. You'll get never-before-seen footage and sound from players and coaches. You can tune in at 8 o'clock Eastern right here on the SEC Network. And, of course, you can always see it on the ESPN app, the all-new ESPN app. The wind chill temperature is like right around 30 degrees right now. With the wind blowing almost 20 miles an hour.
You gotta love football. The only logical explanation.
That's all we got. Here's Hardy. He is tripped up. Excuse me. Jamal Roberts on that carry. Gain of 15.
Both of these running backs are so explosive and dynamic with close numbers. That's why we keep saying Roberts and Hardy, but you see the missed tackles that they're able to force and move fast.
Roberts out of bounds. Jaheim Singletary pushes him out. Right around the 34-yard line. It'll be second down coming up for Missouri. Tigers have run the football for 204 yards today. They've thrown it for 25. Prabula is 4 of 7, 25 yards. It just seems like at one point here you could play action, take a shot.
It's working though, Dave.
It is. I just keep waiting. Boy, a stumble in the backfield by Roberts. Prabula takes it himself. Good block came from Roberts. Help his quarterback out.
See, the field surface is as slick as can be. We saw the officials take a tumble. We've seen several players take a tumble as well. Be alert for that as the fourth quarter nears.
Another flag.
False start. Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Hate that we get to call Caden Green's name in a juncture like that because he has been so good, a preseason All-American. Both these tackles. Keegan Trost has been fantastic on the other side. Caden Green has been fantastic on his side, the left side of the line of scrimmage.
This is the end of the third quarter.
And that will do it for the third quarter. We have 15 more minutes, or possibly more. You never know. Missouri leads it by 3 in the Battle Line rivalry.
Coach, your team has played in close games all season long. How do you find a way to finish here in these final 15?
Yeah, we got to get a stop here on defense. Offense got to take it and go score.
Thank you.
Quick and to the point for the interim head coach. Rebulla trips on first down. You know, we were talking yesterday with Bobby Petrino, and there have certainly been a lot of rumors and discussions about Arkansas. Have they hired a coach? Alex Golesh down at South Florida was a name that popped up. People thought that was going to be the guy, and they put the brakes on that. No official announcement from this university. Bobby Petrino has, the last 2 years, come here and put his heart and soul into this offense, into this team, and it's been disappointing. They have been in some of these tight games, as Morgan alluded to. They've lost 9 straight, and it's been super frustrating. And one thing I asked him, you know, hey, do you still want to keep going, even if this job here at Arkansas is not meant to be for you? And he's like, absolutely. I still love coaching these young guys. And he's doing it pretty well, obviously. Flag comes in. Boy, Philip Lee is the injured Arkansas player.
There is no foul on the play for targeting. It'll be third down. Timeout for a defensive player injury.
So we'll step aside as they attend to Philip Lee. Back to Reynolds Razorback Stadium right after this. Well, Philip Lee, a defensive end, fifth-year senior out of Jacksonville, Florida, just sitting up right now. He was laying down until just a few seconds ago, and he got caught up in friendly fire, not by one player, but by 2 of his teammates on that last play, which is, and he got both shots came up above the shoulders. Watch the first one. I mean, ooh. He spent 3 years at Troy. This is his first season at Arkansas. And hope he's all right. We'll try to get an update if we can. Morgan down there on the sidelines. We'll check on that, see what we can find out. Back to the game on the field. 3rd down and 14 for Missouri. Roberts, your running back. He gets the handoff. Big hole up the middle. Dropped at the 21-yard line. Kanai Walker finally hangs on, but a huge 38-yard pickup for Jamal Roberts.
Obvious passing down. Mizzou still does what they do, hit the outside zone, and Roberts sees the seam, and he hits it full speed ahead. He says 14 yards, what's that? I don't know, we going for big chunk plays. Incredible execution by the Missouri Tigers offense.
8 carries, 91 yards now for Jamal Roberts. Stays in the game at running back. Pribula keeps it himself. He's hit around the 12-yard line and knocked out of bounds by Larry Worth III. He'll pick up 8 on that carry.
Bo Pribula's been a difference maker with his legs. They're nearing 3 runners to get 100 yards rushing in this game, which is really hard to do, but an impressive feat. But they've showcased how dominant of a rushing attack they can be as the #1 rushing offense in the SEC.
They've rushed it 44 times on 51 plays. Caleb Wooden makes the tackle.
It's a good tackle by Caleb Wooden. Obviously some yardage was had, but if he doesn't make that tackle, Jamal Roberts walks into the end zone, and you have to take on a block to do it. That's a touchdown saving tackle by Wood.
Roberts 11th in the conference in rushing. Roberts will line up in the Wildcat. Keeps it himself off the right side. Been so much talk about Ahmad Hardy. Roberts has been kind of lost in the discussion, but he's had a heck of a year. He's averaging 6 yards a carry, 4 touchdowns for this team. Ran for $143 against Kansas, another 100-yard game against Texas A&M and that defense.
Yeah, it's that 1-2 punch, and you add in the likes of Bo Pribula, the 1-2-3 punch, and it's tough to stop this Missouri offense when they're rolling and clicking on all cylinders in the run game.
Tigers rolling with Roberts, who has the hot hand now at tailback. Out of that pistol formation, they'll give it to number 20. Working the right side, it'll be 3rd down and goal coming up. Larry Worth leading this team in tackles today. Just picked up his 8th of the game. A flag thrown after the play.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 55, 15-yard penalty will be added from the dead ball spot. It'll be 3rd down. That is number 55's first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty as it counts towards disqualification.
Well, I did not see what Tollison did, but that is a huge, significant play here, pushing the ball almost out to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it's a mistake by Tollison, and you see he pointed at himself. He knew better as the old head on the team. We'll take a look here. He kind of kicks Cam Ball as he's on the ground.
Pribula tries to take it himself on 3rd and goal from the 19, and he is swallowed up by Cam Ball, a loss loss of 4.
Well, Cam Ball, I think he took that personally. He's matched up there on Connor Tollison, pushes him back and designed quarterback draw. It looked like it's not happening on Cam Ball's side.
And now Eli Drinkwitz has to go back to his special teams. Oliver Robbins, the sophomore, will try to hit this 41-yard field goal. As long as 49. That came against Texas A&M. Good clean snap. The kick is on the way. It is good. Good execution from the Tigers on that special teams opportunity. Their lead is now 6.
SEC football is presented by Sonic. Create a free Coca-Cola your way. Any size, any flavor. In the Sonic app. And in part by T-Mobile 5G home internet.
Reynolds Razorback Stadium. Arkansas again in a close game. It has been their story all season long. In this battle line rivalry game. 16th meeting overall. The series goes all the way back to 1906. They only had 5 meetings, though, before the Tigers joined the SEC in 2012. But they've played every year since then. Missouri's won 4 of the last 5 in this series. The winner gets a 185-pound trophy. If somebody asked me to bring it home, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Got to put it in Tusk's cage.
Yeah, let him have it. So the field goal makes it a 23-17 contest. Fair catch called for by Rodney Hill. Gives us a chance to get another update. Let's get you back to the studio. Dari, what's going on, buddy? Not surprising, Dari, another weekend of close games. It has been the story, the theme all year in the SEC. Taylen Green, high throw and dropped. They'll say incomplete. Probably a break for Arkansas there that he didn't hold on to it. Mike Washington, the intended receiver. Santana Banner back in coverage.
Yeah, players are slipping and sliding all over the field. Rohan Jones was That first read for Taylen Green, he slips at the top of his route, forces Taylen Green to throw the ball elsewhere. It's starting to become a factor. I guess it's been a factor in this game, trying to help them find their footing.
Bringing the house. Taylen Green spins out of trouble. Lowers his shoulder and is walloped around the 30-yard line. Trotter and Burks converge on the tackle. And some words coming out between Burns and Taylen Green. Boy, we have seen some big hits today.
Burks is putting his body on the line. Taylen Green, unblocked defender and rusher. He's able to escape the contain. Josiah Trotter. Woo! What a hit by Burks. You see that might need to be reviewed.
Green under pressure and dropped. Back at the 17-yard line. Damon Wilson, the second. Now with 9 sacks on the season.
They've been close to getting to the quarterback, but just haven't quite got there. And those two defensive ends, Zion Young, Damon Wilson the second, they showcase why they're a force to be reckoned with.
Kevin Coleman stands back at the 45-yard line. Try to return this Devin Bale punt. It's a good one, boy. Backpedals all the way back to the 33-yard line. Spins out of one tackle, breaks another one coming near side. Coleman. He may take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Kevin Coleman Jr., 67 yards.
Well, you get Kevin Coleman Jr. in space. He is liable to make you play. He makes one defender miss, two defender miss. Then he finds green grass and throttles the grass. Another missed tackle there. It's off to the races. And Coleman, big time return in this game.
Missouri going to go for 2 here. They bring their offense onto the field. Pribula, Roberts, Arkansas late getting their defense out. So the Tigers going to go for Dose, presented by Dos Equis. Arkansas still trying to figure this out.
They got to call a timeout.
There's the snap. Roberts left side, sneaks in. A flag is down. That may be against Arkansas. They may have had too many men on the field.
Illegal substitution on the defense. 12 players in formation. The penalty is declined. The score is good.
Kevin Coleman Jr. This is what he does.
He is dangerous with the ball in his hand. Arkansas punt coverage team, they find that out the hard way as he takes it the distance all the way to the crib in the battle line robbery.
Drills, what we call one of these days.
Legends are made in that building right there.
We on a whole nother level. Bigger than ever we've been.
SEC champions.
One of the great events in college athletics, the SEC Football Championship game, coming your way from Mercedes-Benz Stadium next Saturday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time on ABC. Still don't know who's going to get there just yet. Georgia knows they'll be there, but who will they play? Fair catch called for at the 2 by Hill. Georgia, by virtue of Texas's win last night against Texas A&M, they slide into a berth at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, so they take a week off. Luckily, it's only about an hour from campus to drive right back to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Now, Alabama, they win tonight. It's pretty simple. They'll play Georgia in the title game. If Auburn pulls the upset, that means Ole Miss will sneak in to the SEC title game. Never been there.
First for everything.
Wonder what kind of impact. Wonder if we get the decision from Lane Kiffin once he determines if they're going to play for the SEC championship game or not.
That's a good call.
I haven't really paid attention. I hope he hasn't announced it because in the last 5 minutes. 31-17 here, though, and Arkansas has had a real tough time in the second half moving the football. How do they get some juice going?
Well, I think it starts right there. We just saw Taylor Green being able to keep the inside zone read, pick up some positive yardage. They still can't abandon what got them the points that they started with.
Handoff goes to Mike Washington. He takes it over the 40 to the 41. Rodriguez and Trotter finally bring him down, but another 10-yard pickup for Washington, who's had a tough day today, kind of getting cranked up. He's had a couple of 10-yard runs, but other than that, it's been tough going for him between the tackles. They'll play fake it to Washington, and that pass through the arms of C.J. Brown.
Stepped out of bounds, too. It's the first one to touch it.
Illegal touching. Offense, number 3. Number 3 went out of bounds on his own and was the first to touch it. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down. Correction. There is no distance penalty. It'll be second down.
So second down and 10. 13 penalties, 93 yards against Arkansas. Cam Settles, by the way, his first action tonight. The true freshman running back stands to the left of Taylor Green. Tigers bring in 4. Pocket collapses. They get it to Settles. Breaks a tackle to midfield and dives out of bounds. Banner there on the stop. They will spot that just across midfield, and they're moving the chains. First down, Arkansas.
How about that? Your first action as a true freshman, getting an opportunity to receive the ball and then go pick up a first down.
Boy, Eli Drinkwitz over there on the far
the
side.
On the field as the runner was short of the line to gain, and the chains moved. It'll be 3rd and short.
Boys over there just took off. Hey, looks like a first down, yeah.
I can see why Coach Drinkwitz was highly upset.
Hey, wait a minute now.
The runner was short of the line to gain. The previous play is under video review.
I thought initially he was short as well.
That was my reaction as well. We'll get a chance to take a closer look at it with the review.
It looked like that ball needed to hit the 49-yard line of Missouri. And they've got it spotted between the 49 and midfield.
Escapes out. Catches it, forces a missed tackle. Let's see where that ball is.
Ooh, I tell you,
he got it.
Yeah, I think that's good.
After video review, the runner made the line to gain. It'll be Arkansas's ball, 1st and 10 at the 48.5-yard line.
See, our guys on the far side, they knew what was up.
They were either that or they're cold trying to warm their bodies up.
That's how you do a review right there. That took about 10 seconds.
I like that.
not waste any time. The feel-like temperature down to 28 degrees right now, with 16-mile-an-hour winds gusting to 25. On first down, Green to throw. Pass is caught inside the 40, bobbled for a moment, but they're going to spot him at the 38, and that should be another first down. O'Mega Blake with the catch, pickup of 11.
They're moving with pace here, but sense of urgency without playing chaotic.
Green dropped again at the 45. Chris McClellan. The 325-pounder gets credit for the sack, a loss of 7.
He gets back one-on-one opportunity yet again with Caden Kittler. A swim move. He's already on Taylon Green. There's nothing Taylon Green could do to escape the jaws of Chris McClellan. That's a job well done with that pass rush.
4th sack of the year for number 7. Again, 4-man rush, and the pocket collapses. Green running, throwing, almost intercepted. Rodriguez dove for it. Settles was the receiver in the area. Well, Langdon Kitchen was chasing Taylon Green. Boy, Green just hadn't had a whole lot of time to look downfield here in the last couple of possessions.
Not at all. And this is an area that they can kind of take a page out of Missouri's playbook. Maybe run a quarterback draw in this instance, knowing you're going to go for it on 4th down.
Dropped again. Josiah Trotter. His 2nd sack of the year comes with 5 and change on the clock in the 4th quarter.
It's a great pass rush by Josiah Trotter. One-on-one with the true freshman Cam Settles. He hasn't had to pick up blitzers like him. And Josiah Trotter defeats the block and gets after Taylon Green, forcing this punt attempt. A job well done by that blitz.
4th sack of the day for Missouri, gives him 35 on the year. Coleman, who just had a punt return touchdown, stands at the 10-yard line. He will let this one bounce into the end zone. Well, time to take a look at For the Win, brought to you by Sanderson
Illegal
Farms.
formation. Kicking team number 42.
It has been run, run, run for Missouri today. And when you have the likes of Roberts, Perbula, Ahmad Hardy, why not?
It's a tall task trying to stop this offensive rushing attack by Missouri. They do it the best in the conference. It's been on full display all night long, and they've been blocking to create holes from the guards, tackles, all the way out to the tight ends and receivers, getting in to put up some prolific rushing numbers.
Hardy and Roberts both up over 100 yards and a lot more than that. Ahmad Hardy, tripped up. Came close to breaking another one. So Ali, the defensive tackle, just reaches out.
Offense, number 55.
But a hold.
10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Is going to bring it back. That is Danny Saali, a young man who just reached out and grabbed just a piece of Ahmad Hardy. Boy, Ahmad almost busted another one for 50-plus yards.
Whew. He's such a good running back.
Correction. The penalty being enforced from the spot of the foul. First down.
Hardy and Roberts up over 100 yards in the same game for the 3rd time this year. They did it against Kansas and Texas A&M as well as today. And Perbula sitting there at 78 yards. Just another fantastic day. Arkansas has rushed for 61 yards, while Missouri has rushed for 271. They have 296 total yards, 25 through the air.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Danny Saali gets up and being helped off the field. The senior out of Topeka, Kansas, transferred in from BYU. Pribula 2 of 3 for 10 yards in the second half. Overall today, he's 4 of 7 for 25 yards. You know, in our meetings yesterday with Kirby Moore and Eli Drinkwitz, they were talking about the quarterback run game, and they really intended what we're seeing today. I think is kind of maybe not to this extreme, but more of what they were hoping to get. But of course, they had the injury to the quarterback Sam Horn, who they really felt could elevate their run game from the quarterback position. But when you lost him, now you got to kind of be careful with the guy who's starting, because you don't know what's behind him. You had a true freshman in Matt Zollers.
Yep.
Handoff off the right side. Another flag is down.
Personal foul, hands to the face. Defense, number 10. The 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. First down.
Boy, Arkansas just can't get out of their own way today. It has been a penalty fest for the Hogs. That is 15 for 113 yards. They've already had a couple of them have been declined.
Yeah, it's hard enough to beat a team that's of the caliber of Missouri, especially with the dynamic rushing attack that they have. You add in beating yourself with the number of penalties that they've had pre and post snap and during the play, it's really tough to win games.
Handoff goes to Hardy, still on his feet, and he gets about 5 extra yards, almost to the line to gain. Mudipola in the first one there to make the play for Arkansas. Young man out of the American Samoa. Clock moving. 3:14, 3:13 to go. Hardy stays in at running back. Just feed 29. He'll get you a first down. Jeff Rard brings him down, but that'll move the chains, keep the clock rolling. Arkansas will take a timeout, so we'll stop right there. The Hogs.
Timeout, Arkansas. It is their first. It will be 30 seconds. Please reset the game clock to 3 minutes, 1 second. Thank you.
Don't forget, coming up, we will have a SkyCast version of the Iron Bowl. The whole game from just above the field at Jordan-Hare Stadium. It's also available on the ESPN app, so you can watch that anywhere you want. No night game on the SEC network because of the Friday games in the league. So why not watch Alabama-Auburn, the Iron Bowl, off SkyCast?
There's no better way to watch it, right?
Meeting. Boy, they have had some of the most classic games in the history of college football played in that rivalry. See, the last 3 have come down to the wire. Something tells me this one might do the same.
10-7 at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
First down. Hardy off the right side, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Almost got through a few more, and he'll have another first down. Larry Worth just hanging on. 12-yard pickup for Hardy.
And the Hardy train just keeps on going outside zone. You can see everybody being involved. Jude James picks up a great block. Hardy just riding the wave that offensive line has been able to create. He's done a fantastic job all season long and continues to do that tonight. Now in this situation, be alert, Beau Pribula trying to keep it after Hardy's had the last 4 rushing attempts for this offense.
Again, Hardy. Hit by Larry Worth, who's been flying around. That'll be tackle number 9 for Larry Worth.
Timeout, Arkansas.
Hogs will use another timeout.
It will be 30 seconds.
On the flip side of things, by the way, Missouri defensively, Josiah Trotter, almost said Jeremiah Trotter, which would have been okay since he's made a bunch. He's probably still making tackles, Jeremiah Trotter,
right.
Even retired, the father of Josiah Trotter. But Josiah with 10 tackles to lead the Tigers, a couple of those behind the line of scrimmage. And kudos, by the way, to the Missouri fans. They traveled extremely well, and it's not exactly the best day to be sitting in some metal bleachers.
Cold bleachers, wet and rainy, like you mentioned, the wind whipping around 30 miles per hour gusts throughout. It feels like 28 degrees. I don't see anybody with their shirts off anymore, but the Missouri Tiger fans.
Fun. That was fun while it lasted.
Right.
Handoff goes to Hardy. They just can't get him on the ground. Fozzie, you'd still be playing in the NFL if you started riding horses. Like Ahmad Hardy.
I need to go buy one.
I know. You still got time. 31-17, Tigers.
The college football playoff selection show. The bracket will be filled. Judgment Day is here.
You've been watching college football presented by Sonic right here on the SEC Network as we wrap up the regular season. It has been a crazy year, fun year in the Southeastern Conference. Hard to believe another season regular season is in the books.
I'm not ready.
Oh, it just seems like we just started. Handoff goes to Ahmad Hardy. And they have a tough time just getting him to the ground. Arkansas going to take their final timeout.
Arkansas, it is their third. It will be 30 seconds.
Hardy's up to 149 yards on 25 carries. So Bobby Petrino, what happens to his world after the end of this game? Who knows? But the discussion, as we talked about earlier, he still wants to keep coaching. Where that'll be will be determined later, but certainly still has a desire to call some plays.
Yeah. He's done a great job with this Arkansas offense throughout the course of the season from a big picture perspective. Showcase he can still be a great offensive play caller. He just needs a shot and an opportunity.
You know, was here from 2008 to 2011, obviously, and ended unceremoniously. But before he left, had them finish 2010 season ranked 12th. 2011, they finished 5th in the country. And Hardy scoots through there, and a flag comes out behind the play, or actually close to the end zone, but the flag is now being tossed up around the 12.
Personal foul, blocking below the waist, defense number 22. The penalty will be enforced half the distance of the goal from the end of the run, first down.
And that will do it, my friends. The Battle Line Trophy will go to the Missouri Tigers.
All they have to do here is take a knee. That'll be the ball game.
But do you just take a knee?
Rivalry game. It's something different.
Play clock down to 3, and there is the snap. They'll give it to Hardy, working that right side, and slips and stumbles. The turf's about the only thing that stopped him today.
You remember his very first carry, tripped over his own leg. And that was kind of a small sign to say, okay, we got that out of the way. And ever since then, he's been headed downhill through the defense of Arkansas.
Well, you see Eli Drinkwitz there, and congrats to him. Gets a contract extension through 2031. He'll be a top 10 highest paid coach in college football. At least right now, who knows what happens by the end of this cycle. He might be top 20 the way they're going. Tigers take a knee. They will win for the 8th time this year. And they win for the 5th time in 6 outings against Arkansas. And the fact that they're going to win having thrown the football only 7 times for 25 yards today, quite a story in itself. When you have a run game that's as good as this one, why not lean on it? Let's go down to Morgan.
Coach, congratulations. You go for 3 for 3 in your trophy games this year, finishing out with the Battle Line rivalry. It wasn't always pretty, but how did your team get it done today?
Really proud of the way our team responded in the second half. I mean, we didn't play very good in the first half, but defense set the tone, offense went and scored, and then special teams, Kevin Coleman on that big punt return was awesome.
For the 4th time this season, you have 2 running backs that go for over 100 yards with Jamal Roberts and Ahmad Hardy. How did those 2 impose their will?
Yeah, offensive line, tight ends. I thought we just did an excellent job of sticking with the run game, and, you know, that gave us a chance to win it late.
Thank you, Coach.
MIZ.
Night for sure. The Tigers, it'll be a nice plane ride back to Columbia with the win tonight. 8-4 on the year. The Hogs finished 2-10, having lost 10 straight games. The final from Fayetteville, Missouri 31, Arkansas 17. For Fozzie Whitaker, Morgan Uber, the rest of our crew, I'm Dave Neal saying so long. Let's get you to the studio. Dory, take it from here, my friend.